It's 7 o'clock, and you're tuning into Love Be Afrobeat Talk Music Radio. This is the favorite time to log on here and stay here because the voices of the millennials is on. This is the show that empowers young individuals doing wonderful, productive things, and we're just here to highlight their efforts and encourage everyone to continue to do good and do better in their endeavors. Welcome to the Voices of the Millennials. My name is Annamaria, Amissah, your regular host. Many thanks for joining me as always. And as you know, tonight it's going to be another exciting edition because we have a productive individual that will be joining us who is spearheading an amazing initiative for the entire of Africa. And I bet you would want to know more about everything that he's been up to. And so he will be joining us on the show shortly to tell us everything about his initiative, how it is going, how it is impacting society, opportunities for growth, collaborations, and partnerships. And we are going to learn a little about, challenges and lessons, running such productive initiatives such as his. So I will talk into details about his initiative in a bit. But before that, I'd like to remind you about the third annual Children's Gift Giving that Love Bay Afrobeat Music Talk Radio has always spearheaded. This is the third edition, and it's happening this Saturday, December 7th at 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. I believe that you have all registered your children and you're going to be there as we put a smile on your children's faces. So be there and make sure that you've registered, and it's going to be a beautiful event. The location is Snell Grove Community Center, 11692 Ontario Street in Brampton. I believe that you're going to be there and it's going to be fun. It's Christmas, it's the favorite part of the year, and it's going to be fun right here on Love Bay Afrobeat Music Talk Radio. So tonight, as I did inform you, it's going to be a very, very interesting conversation with a young man who has decided, to spearhead this initiative that covers the entire of Africa. I'd like to read this piece that he has put there himself, and this is like a summary of his thought, on Africa. And it's all about the initiative that he is driving. He says, I wish that someday the entire continent of Africa would realize its potential, pool its resources and talents, and become united as one to form a united federation of African nations. Interesting. I believe, and I quote, that this were a genuine goal, in 50 years or less, continental Africa could be the leader of the earth in agriculture, education, inventions, military, medicine, sports, technology, theology, and wealth. I'm convinced that some of the world leaders know this, so they do everything to encourage and keep Africans divided and dependent. We need a fresh mindset of young Africans from across the continent, each and every country, to join together as a coalition of concerned children to explore where and who the experts are, identify the needs, and determine ways to bridge the gaps and meet those needs with the goal of reaching continental self-sustainability within 50 years. The world started in Africa, and Africa needs to remember its roots and wake up to her potential to rule through unity and brotherhood, utilizing positive competition as a means of inspiring growth and improvement for the betterment of all. Now, these are the thoughts of the young man who will be joining us shortly on the Voices of the Millennials to talk about the initiative that he is driving. His initiative is called Afric Link, and it's basically a community, so Afric Link community, where connections and opportunities are created through young African professionals, innovators, and change makers. This is just absolutely amazing. And we would want to get up close and personal with him to find out more about, his background and also get inspired by what he has started, where he has gotten to, and where he's actually taking this initiative to, where the dream is. And that's exactly what we will be doing tonight on the Voices of the Millennials. Many thanks for joining me as always, and we look forward to having a fun conversation tonight right here. So before he gets in, before he gets on logged in with the show with us, would like to find out more about who you are, what makes you happy. Are you a young individual who is striving and doing everything possible to make, life easy? Have you started an initiative? Do you want a collaboration or a partnership on an idea or project that you are working on? Reach out to us on Love Bay Radio and we will highlight your efforts. We will talk to you and find out what you're doing, what you're going on about, and we will definitely have that conversation that will put you in the spotlight to be able to help you reach productive individuals like minds to be able to join the efforts of being a productive individual. So if you have a business, if you're running a business, if you're running a project, if you're a young individual joining minds to run projects, let us know. Let us chat with you. Let us encourage you and let us help you to propel your business, your project, your initiative to the next level by giving you the audience right here on the Voices of the Millennials, where we highlight greatness from young, productive individuals, always here on the show. We will take a quick break. We will play some music and we will get right back into the show to speak with the founder of AfriLink, who will tell us all about. Oh, he's right here. He's right here. Welcome, Micah Elechi.
Hi, how you
How are you
doing?
doing? I'm good. How are you doing too?
I'm fine. It's nice to meet
Great.
you.
Nice to
Yeah.
meet you too. Nice to meet you too. So, I was just going to go on break, but we are right here since you are here. And I'm happy to have you on the show. This is the Voices of the Millennials, where we highlight young talents, young projects, Black African projects. And we are glad to have you on. I was telling the listeners about Afric Link, which is the initiative that you are driving. But before that, I'll allow you to introduce yourself, tell us a bit about your background, and then we'll delve straight into your project.
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Micah Elechi. I'm a Nigerian. I am a young entrepreneur, motivated to make changes in our society through innovative ideas, business, and also for the future of African economy and growth at large. So I am the
Okay.
founder of AfriLink, which is an initiative of Macklemore Solutions. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So that's all about you. So let's just get straight into AfriLink. Um, we are all curious to know what inspired you to start AfriLink. What is AfriLink community? How did the journey begin?
Um, my journey in business started 4 years ago. I was um, unemployed in Nigeria, and it was very difficult for me to find a job. So I took different courses online, graphics and web design, and I registered my business as an enterprise, which is Macklemore Solutions. Um, I believe that consistency is the key for growth. So I strive hard to work hard to make my business grow internationally. And the only way I could do this was to deliver good service, protect the business integrity, and also make sure that I bring more innovation to the business to grow from where I am. So I was pushing Macklemore Solutions, and I saw the business growing in my eyes. But one of the challenges I had with my business then was Africa, especially Nigeria, is a place where a lot of young minds are looking for a job. So every time people want me to take them, want me to employ them, I started employing a lot of people, but on contract base. I know I can pay them on a monthly base, and I pay them on a contract base, but sometimes they stay 2, 3 months without having anything to do. So I started asking them why can't they get jobs in Fiverr, Upwork, and LinkedIn platform, and they poured out their challenges, which is they said that one of the challenges they have in getting these jobs is their location, and people are always skeptical about eh, employing Africa as a freelancer, even while there's a lot of jobs in Upwork and Fiverr. But just because they're Africans, they don't have the opportunity to get these remote jobs. So hence, I started thinking about how can we create something just for Africans for our unique need. And it came to me that some of the faults or some of the problems why Africans are not getting this job is not just because they're Africans. It's because Africans youth also need mentorship. It's because African youth also needs to learn how to develop their careers. You see, professionals always take different courses to develop their careers. So I was looking at how can we help the African community to be comfortable in Africa and not looking at traveling as just the way to succeed. So AfriLink came to my mind, and AfriLink is a social media platform connecting young African professionals to job opportunities, networking, and career growth. It works in three ways: job connection, where young African professionals can connect with recruiters who are interested in the African market. Also, AfriLink works in career development. We encourage lot of academics, learning academics, to come to our platform and sell their courses to young African professionals to develop their careers. Also, we have mentorship where we call on Africans who have been successful in their careers to come into AfriLink and mentor the younger ones that needs this mentorship for growth. Now, the platform can only satisfy a premium user when they have been properly mentored and also when they have improved their careers. Now, why are we doing this? Is because people are skeptical about an African platform, but we want to make it the most verified platform. We want to make sure that everything on our platform is not aimed in money. People don't need to pay to be a premium user. They just have to prove to us that they have taken those courses on those platforms and they have seek mentorship, and now we can satisfy that these people are premium and they could be referred to companies to work. So that's all AfriLink is all about. In summary, AfriLink, the initiative, the goal of AfriLink is a beacon of hope for Africans, young African youths who are in Africa, who hasn't gotten those jobs. It's a hope for them that there's something that could give them the opportunity to see globally. Thank you.
So basically, it's not. It's so these Africans, anybody from from Africa, any part of Africa, or even Africans in the diaspora can join AfriLink?
Yeah, Africans in the diaspora can join
Is that
Africa.
what it is? I mean, do you have to be in Africa?
No, no, no.
Okay,
Africa
okay.
in
So
the
it
diaspora can join. Yeah, I'm
mm,
sorry.
so it means that AfriLink is sort of like AfriLink is sort of like, solving the challenges that Africans in the diaspora, even in the diaspora, are facing with regards to finding a job and getting in there. Is that what it is?
Yeah, AfriLink is basically for Africans' unique challenges. Is for African markets. So as long as we can satisfy you that you're an African, you have an African ID, whatever country you're from in Africa, as long as we can verify that on our platform, you'll be let into network on the platform. It's just for Africans. Um, Africans born in diaspora might need to get an African ID. So AfriLink is also a means to encourage African in diaspora to retrace their roots and and meet the
Hmm.
yeah and see the need for them to, even while you're a US citizen, even while you're a Canadian citizen, there's also a need for you to embrace home and and mingle with people that your ancestors where you're from originally. So you must have an African ID. Even if you're in the States, the verification is your ID. So we need that ID from your country to be able to put in a platform.
Now, when it comes to platforms like these, communities like that, usually the one thing that young individuals look out for are building connections and seeing how collaborations can be fostered and all of that. So, how is AfriLink defining building stronger connections and fostering collaboration among Africans globally?
Okay, so what we're offering on our platform, we are seeking partnerships, and we are looking at having organizations that is interested in the African market, because you have to be interested in the African market because people in our platform are Africans. We are taking interns from universities and training them in our platform. African students looking for internships. We're also taking recruiting agencies, um, and we're partnering with them as well to post jobs for these young Africans on the platform to apply. We are also
Okay.
taking companies that wants to run ads on our platform. Companies who are looking at having their companies in Africa. There's so many companies in the United States and so many part of the world that want to branch out in Africa, but they need like the human resources. We are also partnering with them and seeing how they can place ads on AfriLink. We are also looking for successful Africans like mentors who can make themselves available, so this young African can book time with them on our platform to seek mentorship, even if it's just 30 minutes. Ask questions because our youth just need guidance. So I was pointing my life where I needed someone to point me to the right direction. Like this is where you should go. You're confused with so many things. So we have
Yeah,
mentorship where
absolutely.
young
Mm.
Africans can mentor with successful African people and get those advice. We also have like career development. I being a web designer, do I have communication skills? Do I have time management skills? So these courses have been sold to professionals to make sure that they are able to do like more with their skill, because having the skill isn't enough. If you're very good with the Python, if you're very good with programming, if you're very good with soft development, but you don't know how to say good morning, you don't know how to keep to time, you can't keep your job for a long time because everything comes together as one. The human resource want to see that you're well trained, you're approachable, and you can manage project properly. So that is why we put those courses to make sure that there's nothing hindering these young Africans from getting these jobs and keeping the job.
That's wonderful. That's a great um, um, community that you have built right there. I got the opportunity to browse through your LinkedIn, and so I saw a lot of young Africans that are part of the team, and I have joined hands with you on this journey. Let's talk about key initiatives or programs that AfriLink has undertaken from the time you started to date.
Okay, so we AfriLink has not gotten any source of assistance or investment, so it's kind of limiting us, and I
Okay.
would say me, from doing what I have in mind. But like I said,
Okay.
consistency is the key. Just last year, October, I sent because I was busy with school. There was an event called AFSIC. It's it held in London. It was an event for African businesses. I had some team members to attend to introduce AfriLink. We also have had events. If you go to the LinkedIn page, you see the recent event we held in Port Harcourt, where we bring like young minds together to encourage them, let them know that there's hope for the future. Because I'm genuinely telling you right now that there's a lot of poverty going on right now in my country, and people are starving and people are unemployed. And while I'm here, I feel sorry for them. So it was an event to encourage them and let them know that something is coming to help them. So also we're planning an event in Lagos, Nigeria by September, where we are partnering with so many universities presidents, because we want to guide these graduates. Afrelink aims to like, okay, now you're about to graduate from college, you're about to graduate from the university. These are the steps. This is what you need to do to make impact in the society immediately. You don't have to wait. You just have to move. So, we are hosting this event September in Lagos, Nigeria. We have to propose genuine because most of our team members are from Kenya. We've been having like a lot of
Okay.
yeah, but we have people from South Africa, Tunisia, and other part of Africa. We have been able to reach so many countries in Africa, having leaders in this place. But the event we're holding in Lagos, Nigeria, is an awareness event. We're gonna give a lot of awards to so many people who are interested in the African development, and we want to be able to bring like these university students, give them proper guidance, and sign them up in AfriLink. Thank you.
But you did say that you didn't have any form of investment. Was that in cash, or what form of investment? And what form of investment are you looking for? So, how are you going to pull out this new project that you are going to have in Lagos?
Okay, so the one that they did in London, I did it myself. I have to pick up extra hours. I have to work.
Okay.
I have to add more 2 days to my shift to be able to do that. Um, there's as long as there's life, there's hope. Tomorrow I might just get the support I need. And when it was hard to get investment, I brought some members of the team and I said, if you're looking for investment, because how much does it cost to build an app? It costs like the app, like LinkedIn or Fiverr. It's gonna cost over 50,000 or more to get such a functioning app. We say how much does it cost to put our marketing strategy in place, reach out to so many countries in Africa, is a lot of funds. So I had this meeting with them that who is going to give you this money when they have not seen your work, when they haven't seen like your own commitment. They don't have your dreams, they don't know how
Okay.
important this is to you. You know how important, you have the vision, so you have to fight for it. And I said, instead of us looking for investment, like money investment, let's do for human capacity. Let's find people who can come to build their skills together with us, and we can work. One person cannot build this application. So when I said that, we had start sourcing for young Africans. We held a lot of meetings every day. We hold like 10 to 15 meetings, speaking to young Africans. Some say no,
Wow.
yes, some say no, some say yes. That is how we have over 5 developers working on the application. And it was a big bonus to us because we could keep seeking money for every other thing we need with our feeling, the UI UX design, the social media managers, which would have been a lot for me to pay everybody, because even the money I don't have, I have to find people who believe in
Yeah.
what we're doing, and we find a lot of people
Yeah.
all across. So I said, now we have everything we want, so we don't necessarily need money. Not like we don't need money investment, but we don't need money investment to move on. Money, having
Mm-hmm.
the funds will help us to achieve our dream quicker, but we have to take the baby step. We just have to keep pushing. We have to make sure that we want to impact 2,000 people in a year. We have to impact 10 first with ourselves. And when we impact this 10, we can impact 20, we can impact 30. And when we keep doing this, we'll find the right people for us. So that is how, even the event we're about to hold in Lagos, I set up a team together. Everything is going well. They're planning for the event, reaching out to people to attend the event, seeking partnerships, getting a lot of ideas. It's a work in progress. But one thing is, as long as we don't
Mm.
give up, and as long as we keep working on it, I'm positive that we'll succeed.
Mm. I know that you said you've done you so how many projects would you say that you have done together since you started?
For our feeling,
Yes.
um, our feeling has been able to, it's two projects. But we have been able to connect
Two
young
projects.
African.
Would you be able to call it a success story, even though, I mean, you without using money as the benchmark for success, would you still be able to call it a success story and be able to explain the impact that you have had on individuals so far?
Yes, because the weekly webinars we have every Sunday, um,
Mm-hmm.
and is like a training section for these young Africans, is a success story.
Okay.
The Africans on
Yes.
our platform, I don't know them from anywhere, but I've been learning Swahili, and some has been learning um, Zulu, and so many other African language,
Okay.
because our platform is built to accommodate a lot of African language. So it has helped,
Mm.
like, in knowing culture, and I come to understand from Afrilink that African has almost the same culture and almost the same food and everything
Yeah.
almost the same. We're one, and I feel like our continent will grow if more initiative like Afrelink, not just Afrelink, comes out to bring unity. It might not be in job, it might be something else, but as long as it encourage like unity, for us to network together, just like the radio station is also a way for unity in Africa. So I feel the strength in the young people. I feel how excited they are to know things about Nigeria. I feel how excited I am to know things about Botswana, South Africa, and the people on the platform. It's really encouraging. I call it a success story. Um, Another thing I see also as a success story, or I could say potential for growth. It's the thing that young people are coming to build from scratch. It's it's
Mm-hmm.
encouraging me to see how these people are taking this project right now, how motivated they are. So it's something that shows that there are some people who are ready to make African better. They just need the opportunity.
Individuals, you mentioned that you reached out to a lot of young individuals to be a part of the project, and some said yes, some said no. Do you think that from where you sit, young individuals make a mistake when they decide to put money on their mind first before anything?
Well, it is not when people tell you what they can do, you don't have to judge them from their decision. Everybody have the right to say yes, and everyone has the right to say no. It depends on what they're actually going through at that
Absolutely.
time. Yeah,
Mm,
if I am here now, there are certain things that I can say no to, not because I don't believe in its potential for growth, but because I know that the time in my life right now where I'm in Canada and as a student, I have to prioritize what can make me have a home, a roof over my head. I have to prioritize what can make me pay my fees. So something might also be great. And just because of the way I am or the place I am now in life, I might say, I don't have the time to volunteer for something. That doesn't make me a bad person. It makes me honest than saying
absolutely.
okay, I can do it, and at the end of the day I'm not doing it just because I want to impress the person. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I know that when you're approaching someone with an idea, even an investor, even any a partner, if they don't see that this align with them at the moment, they have the right to say no. I don't have to be upset that they said no. The reason why they said no is based on them. I believe when something interests somebody and somebody know that they can do it, no one asks them to say yes. Mm.
Mm, mm. So I know that you are looking for organizations, I'm sure, organizations who may be interested to support the vision of AfriLink. And I believe Love Bay Radio is a part of it.
Yeah, Love Bay Radio stands for everything we want in AfriLink. Love Bay Radio, it's supporting African community, and AfriLink is based on an organization that supports all are interested in Africa. So yeah.
Interesting. And I'm giving you the opportunity to use this platform to let organizations or individual angel investors call them however you may perceive them to be in. I mean, if they are interested in the mission that your organization is bringing, what would you tell them, and how can they reach out to support the mission?
Okay, if I'm pitching my idea to an investor or to any organization, I would say there's a lot of ways you can support AfriLink at this early stage. Most people feel like you're pitching an idea to them because you want money. Even in our proposal, our pitch, we have the confidence enough to seek for debt investment. And debt investment means that we have to pay back the funds. It's not equity we're looking for angels invest. We're looking for debt because I know that this is going to be a successful project. We have a strong team. We have diverse team in different countries, and we're just 4 months, and we have been able to touch a lot of places in Africa already. Without no investment, we have been able to pull some great minds to volunteer, and also we have been able to assist them with everything they need. For organizations, whatever organization you have, there's a lot of way to come in as a partner. You just have to reach out to me, and we have a different partnership sponsorship deck that I believe can benefit even organizations that don't have funds to join us. There's a lot of way. Our partnership does not just require money. It's a partnership that it's going to be mutual benefits, but it's also going to be the growth for AfriLink and for Africa. Thank you.
How where do you see Africa AfriLink evolving in the next 5 years?
Well, in the next 5 years, I project AfriLink to be the talk of the town. I project
Mm.
AfriLink to be a platform that is going to bring Africans together, create jobs, engage community interactions, and also make Africans, young Africans, to utilize productive competition. I encourage young people to compete in a productive way to do
Mm.
better. Our continent need to compete. It is time we need to stand out and don't settle for less. It is time we need to stop seeking treasures elsewhere. It is time for us to live to our full potential because the world started in Africa. And the next 50 years, if African can come together and work hard, we are going to lead the world again. We are not leading the world because we just want to compete, but we know our worth and we want to be out there. We need to utilize our resources. Most importantly, we need to come together. We don't need to be diverse. We need to come together and believe in one thing, and that is growth. And I see AfriLink as a platform that can encourage that because our blogs, our newsletter, our writing will be speaking to young Africans to come together, network, bring more ideas to make our continent great again. Thank you.
Who are some of your major partners so far that have helped to contribute to the goal of AfriLink?
Um, like we have been able to secure, it's called Paystack. They're in Zambia. They have a payment gateway that encourages African currency because AfriLink we don't use USD. We want people to be able to pay.
Okay.
We want people to be able to pay people by their currency. So in AfriLink, you can pay shillings, you can pay in naira, you can pay in whatever African currency they are. So that is our first partnership we secured. Um, Other partnership are still in progress. We have been invited to some African events. Like I've been invited to is Young Community. They have an event in Zambia. They're also a platform that supports young Africans, but they do that by hosting events for African network. So that is another partnership that we are going to have in Zambia. These are the two for now. Um, like I said, it was hard for me to do this the way I want to do it, and not having investment to pay people was also a challenge for me. Volunteers also need guidance, and you don't have to stress them for productivity in the work because it's a volunteer. So it was very, very difficult for me to do this and mixing up with my school. I'm currently right now in my internship. I'm doing cybersecurity, so I also have to make sure that I do that to achieve good result as well. And I didn't give this my 100%, but I know that once everything is put in place and I have like the help I need and the resources I need, I'm going to invest. I don't care if I not like I don't want it, but I'm looking now at what I can do for AfriLink and not what anyone can do. But I'm also reaching out to people because it's also going to be a plus for me.
How are people going to be able to reach out to you? Do you have a particular email address or a platform where they can click and get directly to you?
Okay, so if anyone goes to my website, macomosolutions.com, you can see a contact form where you can send me an email, or if you want, I can give my email here, which is info at
Okay.
macomo info@macomosolution.com. Mm,
info@macklemore solutions.com.
yeah, .com. Yeah.
Okay. 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 That's a laudable initiative that you have you have going there, and you have highlighted the challenges that you have gone through as well, being a student and juggling all these responsibilities while making this grow. What makes you stay motivated? Because challenges are usually what breaks the camel's back and allows a lot of young individual to stop, pursuing their goal, especially when the the support and resources that they need are not very present. But you are still going on against all odds and making sure that you are doing what you're supposed to do as against this dream that you are pursuing. What makes you stay motivated?
Seeing obstacles as a potential for growth, and also priority prioritizing, um with the challenges I have, how I be able to multitask is I prioritize what needs to be done at a particular time and take it one day at a time. But what makes me motivated with disappointment, it's every challenge we have or any obstacles that comes our way, we have to see it as a potential for growth. So I have learned so much on how to manage people ever since I started AfriLink. It has improved my leadership skills. Um, it has improved my tolerance skills. It has improved my patience. And now I can see myself, I'm always calm, but I can see myself more calm. I can see myself more tolerant. I can see myself
Okay.
improving in people's management. I don't need, I didn't take a course for that, but I've been able to manage people from diverse community. I've had arguments in the platform.
Mm.
I've been able to resolve that, and I'm adding that to my resume. So problems have helped me to add skills to my resume. So I know, like, as I encounter more challenges, I will learn more from those challenges. That will help me be a better person moving forward.
So, if you were supposed to advise, listeners that are listening to you, young individuals that are going through some form of challenge in their endeavor and need that motivation to keep themselves going, what would be that advice that you will specifically customize to them?
Young individuals going forward, I would like to tell them that um, you have to first of all believe in what you're doing, and you have to be humble. Humility takes people far in life than anything else. Um, and this is what we try to make as a slogan in our platform. You have, even while you have the vision, you have to be humble about the vision, which is you have to be able to start from the little. And people want to start something big, and that makes them discouraged from how it is in the beginning. But if you know that, you have to look at how can you minimize the big dream you have to stop you from being just a dreamer, but a doer of that dream. And it's about humility. You have to calm down to your expectations and take it from the root. And then this is my advice for everybody who has a big dream. You have to take it down. You have to be humble, you have to connect, and you have to stay motivated. You have to take it also one day at a time. Thank you.
Well said. What in your personal journey, be it this AfriLink and other, journeys that you are on as an individual who is, building yourself and building something. What has been your personal inspiration? Who have you? Is there anybody that you have looked up to? Is there anything that keeps inspiring you? And what are some of the lessons that you've learned from your own journey?
Um, for my inspiration, and this might sound surprising to you, but I don't really have a mentor that I look at. But
Okay.
I read a lot about successful people. I always find something I
Okay.
like about them, and I find something that I disagree with them. So I have a lot of people that I love so much. Nelson Mandela, Barack Obama, and so many successful
Mm-hmm.
Africans that have done great things. And I always say to someone, when you're in the church, for us who are Christians, despite you not liking the preacher, you have to take the words and forget about the individual. So I would say I pick up different things from different people, but having a mentor means I totally believe in all they do. I totally believe in how they live. So I would say that I'm inspired by a lot of great minds, but I don't have a mentor. I'm inspired by anything great. It doesn't matter who the person is. It doesn't matter what the person did 5 years ago. If the person is doing something great this year, I'm inspired by what the person is doing. So that is what has encouraged me. That is what inspires me. Is to see people do great work, and anybody who do great work at that time is my mentor.
That time is your mentor. What are your thoughts on continued personal growth? Because we are in a world where you realize that you never stop learning. Wherever you find yourself, you never stop learning because in where whichever endeavor that you find yourself in, there is something new to learn every single day. What are your thoughts on personal and continued growth?
Personal and continued growth is a must because we just like the generation passes, you have to be careful. Different generations need different relationship. We have AI now. We have so many invention coming up. I think history is running fast, and everyone needs to get busy. If not, you're gonna be left behind. So personal growth, it's a must. You have to develop yourself. You have to work with the trends, right? This is what we're trying to encourage older Africans, and I would say older African because we give up easily. You speaking to someone who is 50, 60, and they feel like their children is the hope for them tomorrow. Fine, I know at a point in life you want to reap from where you sow, you've trained your child and you want your child to do everything for you, but no, you can impart the word even at 70, even at 80. Is how you do it, is what you're motivated for. Personal growth is very important because it's only then we're able to match. Just like you're applying for a job, right? You're applying for a job right now. The HR is looking at the best, right? Is looking at the best. If you want to have a master degree, what can make them choose a particular master degree holder? It might just be a little certification you've done on top of the master degree. It might be an invention, innovation, something that highlights you. So personal growth is important because it keep highlighting you, it keep making you different in the presence of other people.
I know that AfriLink is using, technology to reach out to its audience, and technology that has come to us has been branded as a blessing, and then others also say it's a curse because of its impact that may be negative sometimes, especially when if not used properly. Now, AfriLink is using a lot of technology in its building up itself. Now, what was your advice to the use of technology in our world today?
Well, the word the world cannot survive without technology. Even Africans who complain about technology, they complain about using it, but they like it. So everybody wants their life to be
Yeah.
better. It's just they don't want to go through the process of um, the process of using it because they feel like I cannot use this. There's something in the mind that say I cannot all the time. Only my kids can. Only my son can. They just that's a conclusion, but they can't. You if you keep telling yourself that you can't. You just have to say I want to. Day by day, step by step, little by little, you will. It's easy. Technology is getting easier every day, right? I don't have to write codes to get somebody website done now. With the use of ChatGPT, I can. But why don't you want to learn something easy? It's because there's a mindset. There's something that's telling you that you can't. And if you keep saying to yourself you can't, it keep limiting you to what you can do. Technology is saving costs. I'm not a business um, grant writer, but now I can write grant with ChatGPT. I cannot make financial projection. I do that now with ChatGPT. Everything I pay for, I'm using AI to do it. And it comes out well. So technology is making our world easy. We should not really rely on it to
Easy.
depend on it, but we
But then
should.
there is the misuse of it.
Yeah, so the misuse of it, the Bible says, the love of money is the root of all evil. Psychology will let you know that we
Uh-huh.
love Psychology will let you know that we love what we lack. All right? And when you lack money, you love money. So the lack of money is also the root of all evil, right? And I will say this. You
Yeah.
cannot change the whole world, all right? But you can change few persons that has the potential to change other persons. The Bible says if one can chase 10,000, two can chase 2,000. And if we have the mindset to change one person from doing those things we feel is the problem, right? That one person has the potential to save 10 persons. So we know that even if it's not actually the problem why young minds are doing what they're doing, we know that it's coming too because of the lack of employment. We know that it's coming too because of the lack of mentorship. Have you tried to talk to them? Have you tried to encourage? When I came here to Canada, the first 2 weeks I came here, I was invited by someone to speak to a youth in Mississauga, and it was about most motivating them from drugs abuse. Have you tried to talk to them to find out why they're doing it? Even if everyone feels like they could judge them, but have you mentored them? Have you showed them a different path and see if they listen or not? So if we keep castigating and putting judgment, how do they come out from it? We have not just to advise them, we have to mentor them and we have to create something for them first. Then the ones that choose to remain, we still have to hope that someday they come out from it. Nobody reject love. We have to keep pouring love to the society because in love can change our society. So the misuse of technology is coming from my perception that is because of the unemployment, the lack of mentorship in Africa. This is why a lot of African young ones misuse technology.
I see. That's a different perspective that you have brought on, and it is well accepted. Finally, before I let you go, you did mention some sort of generational gap. I mean, as millennials as we are, we our mindset is kind of different from the older generation, let's say. Now, when it comes to that, the older generation, obviously our parents will make up for that older generation. So there is this generational gap as against our dreams as millennials, achieving the kind of dreams and pursuing the kind of dreams that we want to pursue. How did you have you ever had any challenges with regards to this type of generational gap, putting your kind of career that you are pursuing into perspective?
Well, I would like you to be specific about the generational gap you're talking about with millennials.
So, like the generation of our parents. So, like for example, our parents. Are they able, from your side, are they able to handle the kind of path career that you want to thread? Do they understand, and is the support there?
Okay, this is an African proverb, and I'm going to call two African proverb. One, I'm going to say something my granddad usually say. One is you can take a horse to the river, but you cannot force the horse to drink the water in the river.
Drink. Mhm.
Two, my granddad will always say that if God has saved you in the morning, that is now your own turn to save yourself in the evening. It all points to one thing. You can you can be open to teach somebody something. But if the person's mind is closed, you can't do anything. You can't do anything. Our parents are very well cultured and great minds and really blessed, because even without them using the technology we use today, getting the education we have today, getting the access to things that we have today, they most of them are still more smarter than us. When you talk to them and you find out what they know, and you ask yourself, how do they know this even without access to technology and so many things that we young people have? But the issue is that in their mind they have relied all the hope on the young ones, and it's sad when somebody is planning to die. I have to have that conversation sometime with someone I consider to be my dad, even if it was not biological. And he's saying when he dies, I'll be like, yes, death is a must. But who told you that you are going to die before me? It's your prayer. Yes. But who said that? We don't know when anything will happen. You might have more potentials than even me talking to you. We don't know where it's time for everybody. We only wish what we want, but it's not in our hands. So I would say that if our parents are open enough to learn, if our parents are open enough to close this gap for themselves, we as an organization, we are going to look into creating something. But our platform is has a very we want to make this, because AfriLink is not just for people in tech, agriculture, whatever you have, you can come in and network. So we want to be able to make sure that it is easy navigated to anybody, and we also want to make sure that the user interface can be navigated by anybody, even somebody with the least technology experience. We implement our culture, because why the need for African social media platform is to present our culture. There's something I noticed in other freelance platform where people address people by name. Even I know it's a professional setting, but sometimes you also have to add a title to that name. So everything that encourages African culture, we do on a platform. But your question for us to and close the gap, I think we have to put a lot of articles, learning materials, easy learning materials for our parents, and with this we'll be able to close that gap. Thank you.
Mm. It's been a wonderful conversation that we have had with you, and we thank you very much for spending the time with us on Voices of the Millennials right here on Love Beat Afrobeat Talk Music Radio. We wish you the very, very best with the AfriLink, and we hope that your dream to make it a big platform and the talk of the town will come to pass absolutely. And whatever
Sure.
partnership that there is, Love Bay is always there to give you the support that you need and the platform to be able to push the agenda because we are all Africans and for the love of Africa. Thank you, Micah Elechi, for joining us. He is the founder of Afric Link, and that is a community that supports change makers, African innovators, and professionals. As I told you, it was going to be another interesting session right here on Voices of the Millennials because that is what we know how to do best. It's been a pleasure coming your way as always. Many thanks for joining me on the Voices of the Millennials. And until then, it's good night and stay blessed.
All right. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye.
You're welcome.